Started on Paul again.
I'm just going to cough right on the mic. Get this party started like that.
Boom.
Yeah, who doesn't like a good cough in their ear to start a podcast?
So that's how we do it. It's hidden by the music.
Yeah, we're professional here. Anyway.
I do this shit on purpose. It's fun.
Grappling Dads, episode 101.
101. It doesn't have the same luster, does it?
No, 101, it's just like, it's old hat again.
Yeah.
100 was exciting, though. That was
100 was fun. That was cool. And I think the contest, which is still going, it's going till Sunday.
Ah, gotcha.
So Sunday the 26th? Yeah, 26th.
Yep, sign up for it.
Yep, just sign up, dude. Like our page, tag 3 of your friends that you do not like.
Yeah,
and,
must hate them.
Yeah, so like these people, you can tell they're like, well, I want to enter this contest, so I'm going to like your page. I'm not going to fucking tag 3 of my friends. They don't have to be good friends.
Tag your parents, your significant other, your kids, whatever. We don't care.
There's a lot of good shit.
Yeah.
That's why you have to work a little. We're giving away a fucking gi, people.
I mean,
I haven't worn it yet. But,
do you want Dad sweat on that gi?
Yeah, I mean, I could wear it for you. Sorry.
Let's get a good 2-hour roll in first.
Fuck yeah, Top Mount gave us a shirt. I got the shirt in.
Ooh,
still in the plastic. I didn't even put that on either. I mean, I could have.
Yeah, we can. I mean,
the hat.
At your request.
I could. Yeah, if you want it worn, battle tested.
Right. Dad approved.
Yep. We got the trucker hat. We got the patch, and then tape. I'm guessing Mike's planning on sending the tape directly.
That'll be easier for him, yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, loser.
One
I was
way
going
or
to send it
another.
as this cool-ass package. No. And then, so our coach, just real quick, we'll get into our sponsors and what the show's about in just a moment. Our coach reached out to me because he's been having some just personal stuff going on that he's just had to deal with. Nothing big, nothing major, but he just had to deal with.
Been busy.
Yeah, been busy. And he goes, and I posted because I had to get the contest out because the 100th episode was just about to hit. And he comes back and he's like, I'm so sorry. You did give me the option of contributing. I want to do this. So he gave a gi.
Nice.
And these are new. This is like, he just got these gi. They're the Chad Pomeroy special. From Blackline, they're sweet looking geese,
yeah,
for sure. So
definitely good stuff.
Yeah, you get a free gi, you get a free T-shirt, hat. I think we're doing a hat because I want to order hats and it gives me an excuse to.
Fair.
But it's gonna be a hat that I design, so it might be the ass hat. I don't know.
I like it.
Where it just has a donkey on the front, and I go, "You figure it out."
Yeah. Is that an ass hat?
Is that an ass hat?
It is.
Yeah, it is. Good call. But what else do we have on there? Tap tape, and then. Oh, importantly, the free private lesson at HQ from Corley Gracie.
Yeah, no excuses now. I suppose if you win, then you live in the States.
See, and the thing is, we went all eggs in one fucking basket on this shit.
We did.
One motherfucker's going to win this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you get it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yep.
Man, woman,
that makes
child.
it easier on us.
Man, woman, child, you could win. So, but no, let's. What's the show about today?
It's going to be about building skills and not belts.
Shit.
I got it off.
I got neither.
Yeah, right. I got neither skill nor belts. Yeah. Yeah. This is. There's two ways of the belt thing, right? There's the people that want to be promoted as quickly as possible. They just want to get that rank fast. They're so excited. That's all they want. Every time they don't get promoted, they get pissed. Then there's the people that are like, I don't want promoted. I don't feel like I deserve it. So we're going to talk about the former on this show. Maybe on another show we can talk about the people that don't want to get promoted, don't think they deserve it. I think that'd be a good show.
I don't know. I think we can kind of touch on both, don't you?
Yeah, we could.
A little bit.
This is a big pro tip, though.
Is it? So should we get started soon?
Pretty soon. We got to get through some.
We have some house cleaning stuff too.
Yeah, we got some stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, before I get too far,
you motherfucker!
Hold on.
Coming across the table.
Hold on. This is from Paul Elliot. On simplebjj.com is where I'm stealing this from, so give credit.
It's no longer stealing. He said we could use it.
Well, it's not my shit.
No, but when it's called borrowing or using, not stealing.
Yeah, we're using Paul Elliot right now.
Using.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Take this. Go use some tap tape to cover your feet, you little bitch.
I wrote this myself. Suck it, Paul.
Paul wrote it.
Yeah, Paul wrote it. I'll let you figure out which one.
All right, so we got topmountapparel.com. Check it out. Check them out on Instagram. They got some great new shirts, a great new, really comfy. Paul's wearing the Darson donuts.
Yeah.
Jiu Jitsu and donuts make me go nuts.
I've got plenty of double takes from this. Like they're like, oh, that's what the fuck?
Well, Jordy did this. Yeah. Well, Jordy at class saw. Was I wearing it?
I think.
Yeah, I was wearing it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was wearing it. He goes, that fucking shirt's awesome. I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
He didn't say fucking because he's a good person.
Yeah.
But he said, that shirt's awesome. And I'm like, he's like, where'd you get it? And I'm like, this is when you guys couldn't get them. We're like, you can't have it.
Yep. This is special.
Yep. So, but no, they got a great number of new designs. All their old designs are going to be going through their new supplier. So it's comfy. Paul and I have been wearing them ever since we got them. And, definitely check it out. The roll-on shirt is the one that is part of our giveaway.
I do have a request, Al. Do you have a medium and a half shirt?
I know, dude.
Because
you're the wrong size, bro. It's all him. It's not you. It's all Paul.
Here's what's happening. I decided to try to go through some rehab, prehab kind of stuff at work.
Steroids.
Yes,
yeah,
you're
steroids.
right. Yes,
Steroids.
It's full of steroids. I got that stem cells and steroids thing going on. No, I've been working out again. I got about 15 minutes a day.
You can't afford that shit.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't know how to get it if I could, but I would though.
Yeah,
anyway,
I was gonna say you would.
Yeah, not that I wouldn't. So, all my shirts, all of them are ill-fitting. But I'm not quite a large, and I'm not a medium. I'm a medium and a half. So,
have you tried a large in the new ones? You should try a large in the new ones. You should.
Al, send me a large.
Do you have a large in the Grappling Dads originals? Because they fit very similar.
No.
I'll give you one.
All right.
You should try that.
Excellent.
None of you can have it. Anyway, because you didn't order enough of them. So we have plenty left.
Great.
That you can't have. Screw off. We have a shop now.
Excellent.
Anyways, but yeah, definitely check them out. The Regardless Movement, check that out. Once again, Grappler Nation is there, so you should follow him.
Do it.
He's a cop. He'll arrest you.
If you follow him, I think he'll let you get away with speeding. I think that's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. He won't tell you where he's a cop though, so you're kind of fucked.
But if you wear like his shirt, you follow him on his page. Then
I don't think he has
no speeding
shirt.
tickets.
I think he's just friends with
what? Bro.
Yeah, no, he's not that important.
Well.
And but no, definitely check them out. They've been a sponsor for a long time, and we really appreciate them. Then you got Tap Tape. I kind of like that guy. He's got some cool shit going on.
He made a video for us.
That was fucking hilarious.
I peed myself just a little bit.
It was an advertisement. Did we post that in the right places? Oh shit! I need a copy of that. That was it. Nathan will want that too.
Oh, gotcha.
Because we got to post.
You need a copy from
Mike.
Can't you just give him the link? It's on YouTube, right?
Oh, it might be, but we want in on ours, dude.
Check. I got you.
God dang!
I don't know these things.
You are so special when it comes to these things.
I'm the star of the show. I don't need to know.
Yeah. I'll give you the star of the show. Okay.
It's my sultry sick voice.
Make you feel special.
Jesus.
But yeah, definitely check out Tap Tape on Amazon. It's the best one you're going to get on there. A bunch of companies are starting to do it, but they're all I guarantee they're all using banana peels as tape.
Oh yeah, you don't want that.
And just guaranteeing that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I made that up. But no, a lot of companies out there, but the best one out there that we've used and we've tried many of them is Tap Tape. So usually I don't have this bulbous finger, so I'm taping the shit out of that damn thing, and that was late because I got it hurt while not taped.
Didn't we just get another story about somebody using the tape for something other than fingers?
Did we?
Was it Austin? Who was it?
I don't know.
Somebody said they fixed something with the tape. I can't remember.
Wow, way to bring that up. Yeah. I don't think I was there.
I was hoping you remember.
I don't think I was there. I haven't been in class much, dude. My neck's been really bad lately.
No good. Coming up, you get that surgery, though.
Yeah,
right?
The sweet part about this is I haven't told my wife it's been bothering me a lot, so she'll find it out on the show like 6 months from now. Right. She actually fucking catches up. So
she'll never get this far.
No, she won't. I don't even think she listened to the 100th episode.
That was a fun one, too.
That was a fun one. That was funny as hell. I got a nice compliment from someone. I'm not going to say why because it'll embarrass him, but they actually said, you were funny on today's show. And, of course, me being the pessimistic asshole I am, was in my head going, I'm not funny on other shows?
Right.
Fucking hurt my feelings.
Only funny on this one? It was that pause that Andrew gave, and you just snipered the shit out of his joke.
Well, I sniped a lot of their shit because I warned them, don't talk shit to me. You guys are really good at jiu-jitsu. I focus more of my game on shit talking. It's a smart move. I mean, I don't have the skill level.
At least you have that.
I am going to take on Croyler, though. So that's going to be fucking awesome.
I can't wait. It turns out a lot of other podcasts want to fight us now, too.
Yeah, evidently Kazuchi wants to Greg wants to fuck me up.
Well, was it Greg wanting to fuck you up, or did
No, it's Hugo volunteering.
Hugo
Greg.
told him to do it, I think. And I think he was on board. He's like, yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, I'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
He's like a purple belt and been doing it for a long time.
Yeah. So hopefully that'll happen. Like we'll have super
I'm
fight
not fucking
times
cheat.
2. Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, cheating.
I'm still quite butthurt that I didn't beat
Neither
Andrew
one of you win.
soundly.
Yeah, well, anyways, I'm going to finish up because I'm sick of the whining. I'm moving on to the other sponsors. So we got Chad Pomeroy, who is Blackline Jiu Jitsu. And he's starting to step out onto his own a little bit more. He's Curler Gracie Academy, but he's really trying to push his name out there, which would be better if it wasn't Chad Pomeroy. Because I feel his name should be like, Superstar Jingle Pants.
That's cute.
I don't know why. No real reasoning. But no, come check us out in Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's where we train. We get a lot of great knowledge from Chad, Justin, Jesse, Ben, Morgan. Morgan's comes across a little angry. It's fine. Just go with it. But you'll definitely learn a lot. The kids' class is great, so definitely come on down.
Yeah, come beat us up. It'd be fun.
Super duper fun. So, and last and most certainly least, Curler Gracie. Check him out. He's giving away a seminar. You can find him.
Giving away a private.
That's it. Yeah, he's going out. That was the next sentence. He's going to be out east doing seminars. He invited my wife. Avoided inviting me.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's because I'm fucking
appropriate.
Yeah, it's because I'm injured. At least that's what he said.
Yeah.
At least that's what he told my wife. I don't think he was supposed to tell me that because it actually looks like he kind of likes me. She was supposed to, whatever.
Yeah, anyway.
Anyways, no, but yeah, he's definitely a different type of mind when it comes to jiu-jitsu. If you want to learn something.
A beautiful mind, if you will.
A beautiful mind, really, people. Did you ever post that?
I don't, but I will now.
Yeah, you might as well because I made fun of him for it. And but no, definitely check him out. Check out the Just Jiu-Jitsu podcast. I think I made fun of them enough last week.
Yeah.
I'm going to let this week go.
Let it slide.
Yeah, I'm going to let it slide because I tore my new asshole.
It was fun.
I warned them.
Please listen to episode 100.
Yeah, dude, it was a great show. It was a lot of fun. I think we named it terribly again because nobody, like, if you didn't listen to the show, you're not going to stumble across Deathmatch and go, hey, I want to listen to that.
This is true. But I
as
didn't know
as I was putting the notes on, I did too. I erased it. I'm like, I got to have something. I'm like,
we learned nothing.
Then I was like, well, let's put, just jiu-jitsu. I'm like, well, fucking nobody knows who they are either.
Yeah.
So like that didn't help.
Yeah, typically what we like to do is
have whatever
something. Like you want to learn something on the show. You're like, hey, I need this information. This looks like something I need to know. And then we'll slaughter it and do our thing.
Yeah.
But end of the day,
you'll
get some good information. Yeah, the 100th episode, that didn't happen. It was just hate and vitriol being spewed at each other, basically, for a couple of hours.
Yeah, it was good.
It was fun, though.
Fun.
I appreciated it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. You guys were drinking wine, having a good time.
Yeah.
But, definitely check them out. Check it out, Croyler Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. On Instagram, he's there. His name's Croyler. Try to find him. It's really hard. Mm-hmm. It's right next to Kron. Just saying. It's not hard to find. But let's get into the show. I'm excited. Oh, wait. We have our Patreons to say hello to. They've been our Patreons for a while, too, and I'm just super excited. You guys, it means a ton to us that you listen. It even means more when you give me money.
Flabbergasted is the word. Flabbergasted.
So I had to ask, Nathan's like, hey, we got another one. And I thought that was so cool. We only have 2, but honestly, 2 of you, that's amazing to us. That blows our mind. That's one per dad. We're doing good. Doing good.
Right in. Which one are you supporting?
Yep. So we're not. Yeah, exactly. You need to pick, assholes. Pick it.
Pick your favorite.
So we have 2. We have 2
Who's
of
your
them.
daddy? Sorry.
Dude,
too far.
It.
Too far. Too far. Go ahead. Sorry.
Ryan, turn the show off.
I'll stop.
So I'm not going to give last names because well, for one thing, I'll probably butcher it. But number 2. I guess you shouldn't have to find them. But Ron and Adam, I want to thank you both. Adam was number 1. He was so quick on the ball to get on there.
He was first.
He's written to the show before. So is Ron. I've actually told him he's a black belt.
Nice.
So very cool people. Very just blew our minds that you guys, both of you, would step out of your wallet and give us anything. And that's amazing, and we really appreciate it. So we're going to have some cool stuff going to our Patreons as it goes. We're gonna have a set, kind of lame thing. It's going to be like a discount on the shop or this, that, and some extra content. But Paul and I, when we have time and extra money, we'll be throwing things extra out, like, stuff
and things
and whatnots. Boom. Take it.
It'll be disappointing, but so is the show.
So is the show a little bit.
It'll be expected.
Yeah, expectations need to be low. Anyways,
but
thanks
we
again,
appreciate
guys.
it. So thank you so much.
So we can start our show now.
All right, let's do it. All right, building skills, not belts. There's always students in the academy that you look at and wonder if they deserve their jiu-jitsu rank. There's others that you wonder why they haven't been promoted. Stop wondering. It's not healthy or productive. As the highest ranked student in my academy, as well as the fundamentals instructor, I'd like to give you reasons why that stripe you're thinking you deserve mostly doesn't matter. Then we can cover why the color of your belt is nearly arbitrary.
It's so hard because we've had this conversation on early
episodes.
Early
episodes.
This
is one of the first things we talked about because as you were a white belt and
it bugged the shit out of me.
It bugged the shit out of you. It bugs the shit out of a lot of people.
Yeah,
mainly white belts. It starts to go away at blue belt.
It gets better at blue belts. Yeah. It really fixed itself pretty shortly after I had the conversation. But I could understand how that would linger on into blue belt pretty easily for most.
I think the nice thing about my path/journey was it took
Fuck you.
It took me so
got another
long.
Review that called it that too.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Assholes.
Perfect. Anyway, I was 7 months in before I got one stripe, and I never got another one a year and a half in before I got injured and quit, and then it took me, I think, between 6 and 7 years before I got a blue belt.
Okay.
And, I get it. I was hit and miss, and, I went for a few months and I get it. But still, it took so long. So when people are like, I've been here 8 months and I only have 3 stripes, I'm like, let me tell you my story. They're like, oh, really?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, man. You'll get there. Just have fun. Chill.
But, okay, we'll get into this more later.
All right. Keep going?
Fine.
All right.
Because you know my stance on this.
I do. You're wrong.
No, I'm not wrong. I'm honest. Yeah. I am fucking honest.
Well, yeah, at least you're honest.
You want to know how I know I'm honest? I had someone at my house talking about stripes and wondering about them, and I've been doing it for X amount of time, just wondering, not like in a bad way, not saying like I deserve it, just wondering.
Right.
So guess what? I'm fucking right. I'm honest.
No, I'm not saying you're
I love
not
how
honest.
I'm not
I'm
giving
saying
my
you're wrong.
But I'm right. I said I'm right before that. You can't just ignore. You can't just go on the last thing I said.
No, I can. That's what I do.
I'm totally going to throw C3PO at you.
Don't do it. All right. It's a jiu-jitsu truism that the only people who say it doesn't matter how long it takes to get your black belt are usually black belts. Now, that's 100% true.
Fuck yeah, that's 100% true.
That's legit. All right. But every serious student that has a black belt as their biggest goal. On the way to black belt, there is the white belt that indicates you are a beginner, learning the fundamentals and the language of jiu-jitsu. The blue belt that indicates you can take on an unskilled opponent and work some jiu-jitsu magic on them. The purple belt is the gateway to the advanced game where you are discovering what it means to be an expert and applying your skill against skilled opponents. Brown belts are often considered the bullies, imposing their will almost perfectly. Their confidence and skill go hand in hand. At each of these colored levels, most academies have 4 stripes to indicate the progression through the belt. There are various opinions on how long each stripe should take to get, and normally, no 2 students will have the same intervals between stripes.
Okay,
that's very true.
Yes, very true. However, there's so many caveats to that.
Yeah. Well,
I should say however 13,000 times on that.
Yeah, again, there's so many caveats, but there's age, there's how much time you can put in, there's how broken somebody may be, how athletic,
how quickly you learn, how quickly you can apply what you learn. There's a lot to it. I can't do any of it, but that's okay.
So your instructor has to be as honest as they can be with however many students they have to jiu-jitsu, to the art on when he gives promotions, stripes or belts or otherwise.
So that's another topic we could do someday, but how much do you, as instructors, how the fuck do you know?
When you're, brown, black belt, like you get it. Like you've been around long enough.
But how? How do you roll with them enough? What if our classes have gotten too big. If Chad tried to roll with everyone, even every other class or every few classes, it's pretty fucking hard to do.
True. Yeah, I think you have to roll with them to understand where they're at. We're a little bit different because we test for ranks. Like, you just have to know your shit.
Yeah,
but
well,
the
that's
stripes.
yes.
Yeah, the stripes. You just
then that's what I mean. Stripes is such an abstract thing for most places,
right?
Because, like, you know, I don't know. It's tough because Corlo disagrees with me too. Pretty much.
God, wonder who's right.
But the only thing is, I'm not claiming that it's the right way to do it, and I guess I should explain what my stance is, should I?
Yeah,
please,
because otherwise people just think you're whining.
Well, and I'm not really. It's because for me it's different now, but I'm speaking for, I guarantee it, most white belts and baby blue belts. I just am. I know I am. The stripes mean a lot when you're first starting. Okay, they mean a lot, regardless of what black belt. It takes some time, whatever. All the magic that happens. It hurts when you watch people that you've been training the same amount of time as, and relatively speaking, you know, I either go there as much or more than that person, and they get a stripe. Or the horrible one of, I can beat the shit out of that guy, why is he getting a stripe, right? Or, I know more than that guy, why is he getting the stripe? Well, those are important. That means it's important, right? Because it's bugging people. Like, it's important to those people. Now, is it for the right reason? Probably not. Like I just said, probably not. But it is important because there's like the person that was just at the house talking about it. She was just wondering. Man, I've been doing it X amount of time. She was like, I seen these people get them. It hurt her, like, emotionally. I know it's a horrible word because it's a little strong, but it does. It makes it so it's discouraging for her. Literally, you could hear it and you could see in the way she was talking that it was discouraging for her that she was not getting stripes, and she's seeing all these people. She's like, I don't know how long I have to be here to even get one, or what I have to do, because it's abstract. It's just what people are, what the coach is looking for, what the coach has time to remember, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough.
So for me, stripes are important, and they need to be treated. For white belts, especially, Croyler's different.
Yeah, he doesn't give out stripes.
Yeah, he doesn't give out stripes to white belts, so his is different. But for the most part, from what I've talked to other people and listeners, it's tough for them. Haven't we? Have we not got so many emails?
We got a lot. That's why we're bringing it up, because of all the emails.
Yeah, we get many emails like, well, I've been training for this long. I'm just not, am I not progressing? Mm-hmm. If I'm not, because that's what happens. Am I doing something wrong?
Yeah, so...
If I'm not getting striped up, why am I not?
Yeah, like you said, the reason we bring this up is because we get a ton of emails, and and it's in every school. I've been to a lot of them, and everybody's concerned about
they
stripes.
All make them leave.
At one point, I was concerned about stripes, and I honestly I don't anymore. So because it's been so long, I'm so far removed from giving a shit. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's hard for you.
I don't understand why people care anymore.
Well, you literally look at people and they're like, what the fuck's your problem? It's like, dude, you were this way once.
It's been so long.
Yeah, but see, for me, it hasn't
been
that
long. I was 16 once, I'm not the same guy.
Were you? Shit.
I wore bucket hats at one point in my life. I'm not that dude
That was
anymore.
pretty fucking great.
I do.
Joe Dixon sent that great photo.
That was awesome.
Of the mass amount of bucket hats. That's where I actually... Oddly enough, that's probably the same Costco.
I bet you
that
it is.
I put the hat on for you and did the
mock Paul.
That was great. I thought I had the face on.
It was pretty accurate.
Yeah.
It was pretty accurate.
A little angry. No real reason why. Yeah. If they had wife beaters in a 78 pack, I would have put one on.
You should have.
But they didn't.
Shameful.
Because they're out of style. And anyway, they serve no purpose except for covering up man nipples. But whatever. This is a lot of what this article is going towards. It bugs me, though, when they say, well, it's different for everybody. Well, I guess we're asking a lot of coaches, and I know that. And that's where a lot of my stance has changed, is I get that. I get that it's hard to notice how everybody's progressing, how long they've been there, whatever. That whole thing, I get that. But I think it's something that coaches need to be more aware of. If you want to keep your people happy, and I know Croyler's going to be like, fuck you. if you want them, keep coming, and that's the biggest thing, right? Is to get them in the door and keep them coming.
You got two different kind of coaches, right? You got one kind that's like, I don't cater to egos, and you got other coaches that you have to keep some students. It's a conundrum.
And here's the other thing. If egos weren't a humongous issue, there wouldn't be fucking things all over the place that like, leave your ego at the door.
That's every school ever.
Stops on this mat. And then it says on the fucking wall, huge egos are not welcome here. Guess what? The reason why is because there's fucking egos in there. Deal with it. Is everyone has an ego to an extent.
See, one
except
theory,
for Paul, he just fucking hates himself.
One theory would be it's their job to squash your ego. Like if you know somebody wants to stripe really bad, like I'm not giving you one.
Why would you do that though?
I don't know.
Why? That's
all these vitriol.
Seriously. It's all this. It's so confusing to me, and we've had this conversation about how the sport is so hard for people to pick up and keep going. Well, why do we make it so fucking difficult? We really do.
Well,
and this is coming from a person that I love it. I literally, it's my life. Literally, I'm designing my new career around how I can do our school and all this other shit around it.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be difficult. Like,
but
if it was easy, everybody would do it.
Good
what?
Everyone needs it. So guess what? If it was easy, everybody would do it. Good.
But then it's like.
Then it's not the cool kid class. Well, now we're karate. Good. Because more people could use this than they could karate in an everyday situation.
But do you want a bunch of purple belts that can't
I didn't
do
say
jiu-jitsu?
That. You should earn your stripe, but the only thing is, most of the people that I'm talking about, which is a majority of people, are there to take it at least hobby seriously. That should be recognized. That's all I'm saying, is being recognized for what you're doing. Because if you're a total turd bucket and you're like sitting there like, hey, look, I can't even do, what's an umplata? It's like, what?
What's an Oompa Loompa?
Yeah, what's an Oompa Loompa? Is it orange? Because I don't know. Yeah, if that's you, fuck you. You don't get a stripe. You could show up every week and you're sitting there fuck-tarding around. Yeah, you don't get a stripe. But when your coach should take them aside and say, you know why you're not ranking up, right? Okay? But most coaches, they're so scared to say those type of things to people because they'll leave. Well, how about you take care of the other people that are trying?
Yeah, that's interesting. I think maybe we talked a lot about dialogue within roles, right? So if I'm rolling with you, I'm like, hey, this is injured. Maybe we stop during roll. But you could also do it with your coach. But most people are afraid of their coaches.
All of them.
And then a lot of coaches might not like confrontation. So
I think a lot of coaches don't.
So now you have two people that won't talk to each other. So you got one person that doesn't know why, and the other person that doesn't want to tell them why.
Yeah,
they're not getting promoted.
Yeah.
So it'd be simple as like, hey, look here. Yeah. Matter of fact, when I was at my third school, I guess it was, the coach actually came up to me and said, hey, you'd be a blue belt, but you're doing this and this and this fundamentally wrong.
Yeah.
Like you're still doing
Ryan,
these.
right?
Yeah, you're still doing these really stupid things. Like if you fix that, then I would consider you a blue belt. I'm like, oh, cool. So for the next 4 or 5 months, that's what I worked on, and then lo and behold, I got my blue belt. And it works. Like I said, every school works a little bit different, but that was very helpful because I knew exactly what I had to get better at or what I had to stop doing to get promoted.
Yeah, exactly.
It made it easy, yeah.
Well, and that's tough though, because you have to Ryan knew you really well.
Yeah, we were buddies.
That's different. Yeah. That's a tough one. And that's honestly that's a tough conversation to have with a friend. So I'll give Ryan a lot of credit on that for sure. But what I want to say about is, and we'll get back to the pro tip here. This is one. I
think the pro tip's going to explain a lot of what you're thinking too.
But I wanted to get it out before. I kind of know his stance, so I kind of know where he's going on this. And we've talked about it, Paul and I. We're best friends.
He's like,
and
I want my cake balls back,
dude. Those were so good, Amy.
Yeah, move on.
I can't.
It's so good though.
They really were. But so I mean, everyone gets. I just want to get how I feel about it because it'll come up again.
Fair. All right, moving on. Been there, done that. I remember vividly the anticipation of each level of my progression towards blue belt. When I was finally ready to be promoted by my figuring, it took many more months of training before I was actually handed my blue belt. In that interval, I stopped caring. I knew from experience with blue belts that I was ready to join their ranks. Then, after the blue belt, I started getting the stripes on my way toward purple. I had friends from other schools and those around me to judge how I was doing. I started competing more, and that farther reinforced my perception of how I was doing on the blue to purple scale. I became focused on how to think like a purple belt and tried to decide just what it meant to be a purple belt. As with any schools, there wasn't a formal guideline in place for what a purple belt candidate needed to do to prove the belt. Essentially, left to my own devices, I simply started learning what worked well for me and tried to fill in the gaps in my skills. Again, I felt like I reached purple months before the purple belt was finally given to me. I even started competing at the purple belt level and winning even though I had a blue belt on. After getting my purple belt, I had other purple belts around me that had different skill sets than I did, and some I could handle easily, while others would handle me easily. Many more were simply a battle to stalemates.
He's handling people.
I see what you did there. I also discovered that the list of things I wanted to work on was only getting bigger. I no longer had the white belt illusion that black belts knew everything about Jiu Jitsu. Every black belt I met was learning and studying the art, working on their game, and constantly trying to improve. So, yeah, that's...
Which sadly is Croyler, and he knows a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
But yeah, I think Paul Elliott's point here is you kind of, you know where you're at despite what's around your waist, and you eventually stop caring.
No, and you do.
Yep.
You really do. It's just how fast are you going to get there. I had a constant barrage of making fun of me, of Paul, so I had to get that out of my system quite quickly. Yeah, because you did. You just like, shut the fuck up, no one cares.
Yeah.
Like, but I care. Shut the fuck up, Kip. Okay.
Yeah. You're just being a baby.
But now
nobody cares.
But now, I don't think many people have that.
Not many people have
a Paul.
A Paul.
Yeah, because
can berate you into not caring anymore.
Or just to explain things enough so you can be like, yeah, I get that shit.
Yep.
And, and to go, and you gave me realistic, like, here's where you stand when I roll with everybody else. That made my head make sense. I'm like, okay, that's what it is. It's just how I feel about my game. That's all that matters. How I feel about my game and what I'm doing.
I think just getting,
but it's
despite
the
belts, right? Despite the belts and the stripes and the ranks, whatever, having an understanding and getting feedback, it makes a big deal.
It does.
Like, how am I progressing? Am I progressing? Am I getting better? Do you notice a change? Am I doing more things right, less things wrong? Like, that feedback is paramount to, I think, your success.
So real quick, another tangent. How bad do you think that's missed out in coaching? And I'm not talking about Chad.
What do you mean?
How many times are coaches not able to give that kind of feedback?
Well, I imagine because the bigger their schools get,
that's
harder
the problem.
that is.
That's the thing.
So when it's small and tight-knit, you're like, yeah, we're all buddies, and it's a small, tight-knit
and
family.
I can tell you where you're at, and I rolled with you last week, and Chad
you get 60, 100 students, you're like, oof.
Yeah, and I'm using Chad as an example because I get it. Like, dude, our smaller beginner class is like 20, 30 people. And that's just one class.
Well, I pride myself on trying to be there for the new people.
There's fucking many.
Dude, there's so many I haven't even rolled with or talked to.
Yeah.
I can't keep up, man. I try to be nice and polite, and I try to get to them, but dude, I can't. There's too many.
Because Paul still believes in adopt a white belt, even though my white belt got hurt and I got hurt. We're going to get back to that story. Austin, you little bitch.
Yeah, my knees hurt.
Dude, I have to have surgery, bitch. So
he's going to listen to this like, yeah, I hate you.
Yeah, what's he going to do about it?
Nothing, because his
Come
knees
at
hurt.
me, bro. Come at me. I'll just run away.
Challenge you.
Hit me with a tennis racket,
I was
you
going to
bastard?
challenge you to a match of tennis.
Fucker. Nothing wrong with tennis, but fuck you, Austin.
It hurts my knees. All right. Somewhere in my progression to brown, I discovered that I no longer wanted a breakneck pace to black belt. As I write this, I'm a 3-stripe purple belt. Wow, that's been a minute, huh?
Holy shit.
I went deep in the archives.
Wow.
And I feel like I have a lot to work on before I'm worthy of the brown belt.
Oh, FYI, Paul's a black belt?
Yeah, he's a black belt. He's been a black belt for a minute, too.
For like a year.
Yeah.
Just about a year.
All this background is a precursor to the discussion of stripes, just so that you know that there was a time when every stripe and color belt mattered to me. Realistically, it still does, but in a different way. So, even Paul's saying they mattered at one time.
Yeah.
So, black belt says, yeah, I get it. At one time, they meant a lot.
They meant something. And they do, but I think people, that's what I was saying earlier, is people just don't. Paul admits to a lot of stuff like that, though. Paul, that's why I think Paul, we get along real well. He's dedicated to the white and blues like we are. And we love you upper belts, too.
We do.
Sorry. But we definitely have a very large contingent of white and blue belts.
So the white and blue belts are the most likely to quit.
Yes.
Once you're
and
a
they're
purple
also
belt,
biggest sex. It's a big sex.
Sex. They're the biggest sex. Wow.
Sect. Sect. It's a sex now.
With a C.
It's a third sex.
It's with a C.
Yeah. Whoops.
Sorry,
people.
It's a they, I guess. I don't know how this works anymore.
I don't know. I'm lost.
But no, he gets it. And he's new enough at a black belt where he still remembers, right? Yeah. And I think it took him, 8 years to get a black belt. So pretty quick, grand scheme of things. A lot of times it takes like 10, 12,
He's a student, for lack of a better term, another catchphrase, student of the game, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. All right, stripes. The first thing to realize is that everyone has a different skill set. A can beat B, B can beat C, but perhaps C can beat A. That's actually really funny because you see that you're like, well, I can beat him easily, but she kicks my butt, but he can beat her. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's a weird, it's like everybody's got their kryptonite.
Wow, we were killing words today.
Good job. Yeah. And I'm still reading, so it's going to get worse.
Yeah.
All right. There is nothing wrong with a one-stripe thrashing a two-stripe. If a one-stripe thrashes every two-stripe, they'd probably actually be a four-stripe. I have never seen a scenario where one or two stripe differences actually mean anything. Keep that in mind, people. Unless you are talking about a no-stripe white belt with no grappling background against a two-stripe white belt.
Ooh, big difference there.
Big difference there. Yeah, it's funny how big that
You'll
difference
get
is.
slaughtered.
Yeah, a zero-stripe, like with no grappling experience against a two-stripe, it's a big difference.
Yeah.
But a 2 and a 3 stripe, not really.
No.
After that, there is no clear pattern. Furthermore, you and your stripe hunting buddies are not qualified to evaluate your stripe stature. That's weird because a lot of white and blue belts want to tell other people what stripe they really are.
Do they?
Oh, dude,
is that
you haven't
a thing?
heard that? Oh, that's a thing. That's been a thing. You're at least this. Or they'll talk about people behind their back. They're not this. They don't deserve that. That's you want to know what's interesting though. Once they're a higher belt, because I've had some go, oh, you're not this level. You're more than that. In a positive way, not like, oh, this is what level you're at. It's just, oh, you surprised me for what's on your waist. Yeah, that's
makes a little sense. Different, right?
Yeah, that's a little different.
That's like more higher up.
Like, oh, you're a
purple belt
stripe blue belt, but you're beating me like most purple belts. Like that's a good compliment.
I think it's a nice way of putting.
But things. that goes between like schools too. So you cross train, like different schools train for different things in different ways. We're more self defense. If you come from a school, ooh, it's just different. Yeah, it doesn't mean that one's better or worse as far as knowledge. Like they can be just as good at jiu-jitsu, but we talked about tough versus good. Yeah, you can both be the same good, but one's tougher because they do competition, a lot more rolling. It's just they're going to be a harder roll, man. You're going to have a bad time with them if you do. If it's a hobby, against competition. No, you have different mindsets, which are going to affect how you do things. Oh, for sure. So. All right. Are not qualified to evaluate your stripe stature. Honestly, I think this task is best suited to instructors that couldn't care less about stripes and belt colors, but merely need some way to provide feedback to students, much like giving out grades for test scores. At worst, you may find that your skills haven't been noticed and you'll suddenly get 2 stripes or more, while others seem to get regularly spaced stripes. If everyone is training hard and learning all the time, does it matter if the person next to you has 2 stripes and you have none, even if you appear evenly matched? No, the answer is clear no. Yeah. Obviously, he's looking for a no there. It doesn't matter. 100% zero matter. Okay. But people in their heads, to your point, are like, it kind of matters. Like if if I can hang with you every time we roll, and you're 2 stripes ahead of me, like, dude, what the fuck, man? And especially when that's the person's like
been there the same amount of time and
Yeah.
shit. It's like,
Yep. But to Paul's point, that shouldn't even be a thought in your head.
Well, no, it shouldn't.
It's a fucking piece of
You can tell
tape.
me all kinds of
Yeah.
things I shouldn't think.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's not there.
True. You may not realize it, but there's also all kinds of criteria that can be applied to determine if somebody deserves a stripe. It could be a list of techniques to perform. It could be attendance and effort. It could be delayed because of how you treat your training partners. Oh, there you go, Kip. You son of a bitch.
I do treat them like shit.
It's all in jest, I swear. All right.
It's not.
Except it's not. It could be accelerated by your ability to compete or even to teach. And in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, each of those could be items may be applied to different people at different times. A teenager may have different requirements applied than a 70-year-old practitioner. A 110-pound woman may have different requirements than a 185-pound athletic male. All makes sense, too. So that's different. So we talked about this a little bit earlier. If somebody's 21 years old and very athletic and used to be a wrestler, yeah, you're going to be different than the 75-year-old lady that came in.
Yeah.
You know, the requirements are just different.
Yep.
You know, so but they could be the same 4-stripe white belt. But like if they wrestle, if they roll, dude, he's going to destroy her if they crank it both up to 100.
Yeah.
But you got to understand that the criteria is different in the coach has to do that for every single individual student. Do you know how hard that has to be? That's got to be enormously hard to do, to evaluate every person where they're at for what level they should be based on age, sex, athleticism, how much time, and keeping track of all that, bro.
I don't think sex really rose into it, but okay.
Well, I mean, if it does, though, because men are generally, not always, but generally stronger, bigger.
Yeah, but that's what the sport's made for. I'm just going to make you look bad right now.
That's fair. You know,
I know.
I'll
what you're
move
saying.
on.
I'm giving
I'll
you
move
shit.
on.
I'm giving you
I'm
shit.
digging a hole.
Well, yes, Paul has no problem with women. By the way, I was just giving him shit.
Yeah, funny. All right.
He hates me now.
To be fair, he said 110-pound woman may have
No, I know.
different
I'm
types of
giving you.
subs.
I would have gave him shit
How
if he was
dare
sitting
you.
here.
All right. Ultimately, the best way to think about a stripe is that when you get one, it means you are better than when you got the last one. And your 2 stripes may mean something different than the 2 stripes on the person next to you. If you read anything more into your stripe than your personal journey,
Fuck. He even got it when he didn't mean to.
you are missing the point. Fair enough. Belts. What about belts? I'm not going to tell you they don't matter at all. There are practical aspects such as ability to get into advanced classes if you are a purple belt. Fair. Or simply built-in assumption of respect by those with lower belt ranks. It's just kind of weird.
I don't think that's weird. I think it's nice. It's good.
Yeah, fair.
You put your time in.
Yeah, fair enough. If you are training properly, you'll see lower belts tapping out higher belts. The higher belt may have been working on something and let things get a little out of control. The lower belt may have legitimately caught the upper belt off guard. Regular training is not a competition. It's a learning environment. If you let your ego get in the way, you'll miss out on the things that a white belt can teach you, even if it's just a lesson in human behavior. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
I think, too many people try to defend whatever belt they're at rather than trying to learn and
No, I could
practice.
give a shit less who beats me.
Yeah.
I really don't care.
Unless it's Austin. You're not tapping me, bro. Ever.
No,
You hear me?
Austin. Fuck you,
Ever.
Austin.
We all have gaps in our game, or things that don't come naturally. It's not uncommon for a black belt to say their skill level in a certain aspect of jiu-jitsu is no more than a blue belt level, meaning they're competent against someone unskilled in that area, but they can't apply it against someone who is familiar with the technique. It's as if a certain colored belt is more of an average of your skills rather than some absolute measure of what you know. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Can't argue with that.
Yeah, I mean, you got some purple belts that are black belts at heel hooks, right? They're like, I've got this honey hold down pat.
Yeah.
But their jiu-jitsu on average as a whole, still purple belt level. They just got one really
Their knowledge.
great thing, yeah.
Their knowledge is purple belt.
So yeah,
level.
keep that in mind too. So stripes can be arbitrary, and colored belts at best approximate your skill set against other people with the same color belt. You will run into the same colored belts you can destroy, while other same colored belts destroy you. That's fair.
Never.
That depends on why you train, sometimes where you train. Like it's all different. You can't get that. You can't let that get to your head. Like, it's an approximation. If you're a purple belt, you shouldn't be able to hang with every single purple belt out there, because there's some that are just going to be phenomenal.
Gym type is big into that.
Yeah.
I mean, big into that. And that was one of the faux pas topics I'm sure that Croyler will love to talk about.
Yeah. Yes, I think that's one that got denied. Sandbagging. Come on, Croyler, let's talk about sandbaggers.
Motherfucker.
Do it. 1, 2, 3, go.
He won't.
No. I'll talk about it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I'll find somebody that'll do it.
Bitch.
Hey, Paul Elliot, write a thing about sandbagging.
Ron, you're a black belt.
Yeah.
Bring it, son.
Do it. I'll read it. Air quotes, read.
Oh, dude, do you know who he's an ambassador for?
Whom?
Show your roll.
Sweet. That's awesome.
I know. That just means he's cool, right?
It must.
And even if not, he's pretty damn funny. He made fun of me.
Excellent.
So worked out well.
So he gets it.
Yeah. So he's part of the crew.
Perfect. All right. So, damn it, I just ran all that. All right. Your results may vary. The pattern here is that every stripe and belt color is an approximation of your skill, and you aren't qualified to determine where your skills fall in the spectrum. By the time you might be qualified, it doesn't matter anymore, because you have a black belt on, and farther stripes are mostly about time in and contribution to the jiu-jitsu sphere rather than an absolute measure of skill. Yeah, once you get a black belt, it's just like every 3 years for a certain number of stripes, and every 5, and every 7, and then on.
So on and so forth. Yes.
Yep. This may sound harsh, but complaining about your stripes and belts is like a child insisting to a parent that their bedtime is too early.
That's pretty funny.
That's great.
Pretty funny.
A child does not have the capacity to objectively determine their needs for sleep. Every jiu-jitsu practitioner working towards black belt is a child in jiu-jitsu, and the only parents in the room are those that have been training many other students and can objectively evaluate the child based on past experience, both their own path towards jiu-jitsu adulthood as well as their observation of their other students. It doesn't matter if you like it or not. The adults are still the adults, and you have no choice but to accept their authority until you are finally an adult. That's a good point. I mean, that's one of those things where it's kind of like drops mic. Like, you can be fussy and you can bitch and you can complain, but ultimately, it is what it is, man. You just keep going.
But here's the deal: never bring that to your coach, ever bring that to your coach. Never go, I feel I need it right.
Oh God, don't do that.
Okay, so I'm gonna add.
You're guaranteeing you'll never get one.
Don't ever bring that shit up. Okay. And don't try to be sly and be like, hey, what do I need to work on? Because that's another setup for you to fucking get screwed. Because
I don't know. Like, what else are they supposed to say? Like, hey,
nothing. Just fucking keep showing up.
Fair.
Which is true.
I'm not mad if they come up and say, hey, what am I doing wrong? No.
If that's really what you want to know.
Oh,
if that's really what you want to know is what you're doing wrong.
Yeah, I suppose
then
they can
feel
tell.
free and fucking ask.
Yeah, if you're like, what do I have to do to get a stripe?
Yes, exactly. Because that's not what you're asking. What you're asking is, what do I need to work on? He's going to go, wow, it's a lot of shit, but here you go. He's going to give you some things to work on, right? Mm-hmm. Guess what? He didn't hear you ask, why am I not getting a stripe? He fucking heard what I suck at. So that's what he's going to help with. He's not going to help with getting your fucking stripe. Right. So you've just set yourself up to get kicked right square in the nuts again. So don't ask. I'll put that out there. Don't. And number two, if you want to bitch about it, that's cool. I get that. Because when you're emotionally fucking stabbed, it sucks. And you're like, oh, I'm slighted, whatever you want to call it. Well, that's fine. That's what your fucking friends are for.
Yeah, I guess if you want to, if you have to vent.
Yeah.
But just don't take it too personal.
Yeah, it's 90%, 99% of the time it's not personal. Okay,
Yeah,
90. We'll take it down to 90 because there's a lot of asshole coaches.
Yeah, what if my coach hates me?
Yeah.
Another pro tip. If my coach hates me, it's like,
well,
I've been a white belt for 10 years.
No. We'll figure that out really quick. We'll just ask Chad. He doesn't like me. It's
all
fine.
right.
He hates me.
Perfect.
I don't think he hates me. Uh-oh.
Yeah, we'll see.
I may have opened a can of worms.
No. He'll open a can of whoop ass.
He always does. That's nothing new.
It's fun, though.
It is fun.
So, if the rank is an approximation that you aren't qualified to evaluate, what really matters? The skills. Your personal toolkit. I've met no-gi competitors with a black belt level of grappling, but no formal belt level because they never trained in a gi. They've built their skills and measured themselves against everyone without obtaining a single stripe. Some schools don't give out any stripes, or sometimes promote a 2-stripe student up to the next level without warning. The jiu-jitsu world progresses just fine without any clear standards of who to promote because it all comes back to your skills and how you use them.
Hold on a second.
Yes.
Is it growing the way it could?
I think that's a different topic. So, okay, you had a very valid point, and I see both sides of the coin. One, if it was easy, everybody do it. Two, everybody needs it, so it should be easy enough to stick to, where you're not getting frustrated and quit.
Yep.
I understand both of them, and I wish there was a happy median for both of them.
There should be, though.
But I think there is in this respect. We got a letter we actually might read about why doesn't every school do it the way the Gracie Academy does, and they're very
and why
regimented.
does Gracie Academy but we're never I don't think we're going to read the letter ever. It was just too one-sided.
No,
I love the letter.
No, the letter was actually great. We might read it because we have a good answer. The fact is that certain schools just do it on time,
yes.
right? So you've been here 6 weeks, stripe. 12 weeks, another stripe.
Yeah.
That's just what you are, despite how skilled you are at jiu-jitsu. Now, that's great for people's ego and stuff, and it's great for people staying in jiu-jitsu, but some people would argue that that's not great for...
They have lesser jiu-jitsu.
Right, that's not great for jiu-jitsu as a whole. So there's arguments to be made on both sides. I'm not saying there's right and wrong, it's just different.
Yeah, and I think that's got to be a different episode for sure.
Yeah.
I have like 9 thoughts already in my head. I'm like, I'll just shut up.
Yeah,
It's going to stop saying things. Too many words.
We're just talking about stripes right now.
Belts. We're talking about belts.
Yeah, belts.
Stripes. What nuts?
Moving on. Also, keep in mind that the time erases differences. If you are a blue belt and your buddy is a white belt, there's a reasonable chance that when you are a black belt, they will be a brown belt. In other words, as time goes on, the differential between you and your regular training partners will shrink. If you and your teammate plan on doing jiu-jitsu for another 20 years, you'll find that the stripe differential you are griping about today has no meaning. Time will heal your stripe wounds.
But once again, I bring up, it's like, how many people quit at blue belt or before?
Most.
Way more
Yeah.
than actually continue on. Why is that?
You tell me.
Yeah. It's a question.
They're sissies. Come back, people. Come back.
Yeah,
Come back
that's
to the
not
fold.
the answer at all.
Come back on the path.
Is it
the journey?
Fuck off! I will take that from others, not you. I will not take it from others. I hate you all.
All right.
And I don't... That's just a question for another time.
Yeah. All right.
The dads.
GrapplingDads.com.
Hit me up.
Ignore everyone else. If a stripe or a belt is handed out to someone that is truly not deserving, it has no reflection on the skills you are building.
Or raise your hand and start saying, bullshit!
You're better than him! It is a reflection on the person giving out the promotions. It's not your problem. If you are the one being promoted early or late, it's still not your problem. Do you honestly care if you are a white belt but you are consistently tapping out purple belts? You may deserve a purple belt, and you might get banned from competing at your given belt level. But it's the skills that do the talking, not the belt. Sit back and chill out, because if your goal is black belt, you'll eventually get it. If you think you were promoted early, considerably. Yeah, that's not what he said.
It's not a word.
Considering. Shit. All right. Considering.
Good job. Way to make up for the fuck up.
It's consider doubling is the actual words I was reading that I smashed.
Oh, almost as good as knowledger.
Yeah. Not quite, though.
Nope.
Consider doubling your efforts to get your perception to match your instructors. Test yourself against as many people as possible at your assigned level. Let your instructor know how you are doing it against all these opponents you are supposed to be equal to. Even if your estimation of your own black belt may be delayed, I'm doing great, may be delayed from the evaluation of your professor, the type of person that is capable of becoming a black belt is capable of developing into a fuller black belt.
Is that a black belt that ate too much? I'm sorry, I just got the tail end of that in my head. A fuller black belt.
Have you seen Frozen?
Yes.
You're beautifuler.
You're
not fuller.
Fuller.
You're more beautifuler black belt. If you do test yourself against your supposed peers and you consistently are unable to get anywhere with them, you might have to ask yourself if you are in a belt factory school. It might be time to find a different school and get re-ranked by a better instructor. Well, that's interesting.
I've never heard of re-rank as a thing. Force re-rank, maybe.
we've had I think at least 2 people at our gym take their blue belt off, go to white belt, and say, "Look, man,
I don't agree with that shit at all."
Maybe because if they,
but they're not white belts. Fuck you. You are not a white belt. I don't care if you had the knowledge to get to blue belt. You are not a white belt in any which way, shape, or form.
Well, he just said differently in this though. But he said if you're in a belt factory school,
you still know more than a freaking layman off the street.
Yeah, so put on 4 stripes.
Now you're just getting nitpicky.
Yeah, I'll nitpick if I want to.
No.
It makes sense.
No, it does.
No, I get that. Like if you take off,
see what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, no, if you take off a blue belt and you're a 0 stripe white belt, then yeah, all right. But your coach should, and ours has, like, hey, you're not a 0 stripe.
Exactly
yeah,
this.
so here's a couple of stripes, and then wait a few months.
Yeah, he does. He
yeah.
catches up. Yeah.
So it all works out. If you do, it's just a bummer when.
Damn, that would suck.
I've heard before. Don't roll to the belt level. Just roll to the ability level. But I'll look at somebody's belt level and I'll just go super easy. I'm like, oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble.
Oh, dude, I've so done that because both of us played the same, like, playful, kind of fun, and then like this gotta be holy shit.
Yeah. I did that with Ryan the first time I rolled with him. I'm like, oh, bro, you know some stuff.
Oh, dude. Well, he had come from MMA school or something, or
I thought it was like Krav Maga or whatever, but they did ground stuff.
Whatever, they did ground shit, and he knew enough, and it was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we've all been there. Like, you're a brand new white belt, huh? Weird. If you think you are being promoted late, enjoy the stealth mode and shrug off the claims that you're sandbagging. All right. Take on the upper level players and force your instructors to notice your skills. Consistent success against fairly matched players speaks volumes. Just don't be the 200-pound blue belt doing victory laps around the 120-pound purple belt you just muscled into submission. Muscling somebody into submission is harder than it looks.
It's really hard.
I tried really hard to do that, to no avail. It's weird.
Andrew.
Still butthurt.
Yeah, you are.
Still butthurt.
I don't think he's real happy with how it went either, though.
No?
No. I don't think either one of you were really excited about it.
We're like, God damn it, I just wanted to win so
because he asked me if I watched that piece of shit or something when I first saw him. I'm like, yeah, I watched it twice. Was not enthused.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
it was fun to watch, I thought, but not. It's just I know you both, and neither one of you rolled like I've rolled with you guys.
I think Royler said it best. He's like, you both didn't roll to your abilities because you were trying too hard not to lose.
Yeah. That was really accurate.
Yeah, you're better than that. But
both of you were.
Yeah. Well,
I'll show you how good I am when I roll against Royler.
Oh, I can't wait.
I'll show you how to do this shit.
This is gonna be great.
It's gonna be so great.
All right, quiz time. If you are a purple belt, can you learn from a white belt? If you are a blue belt, can you teach a black belt? Can a blue belt submit a black belt in training? Can blue belts win against brown belts in competition? The answer to all these questions is an unequivocal... What is it?
Maybe.
Yes. I've done each of them. And affirmation to each of these questions demonstrates a healthy and dynamic martial arts ecosystem, not a dysfunctional and chaotic ranking system. If you aren't open to learning, teaching, or even competing across belt and stripe levels, you are artificially limiting yourself. Be respectful when teaching, receptive when learning, and ambitious when competing. You're going to like the next slide.
Does that say journey and path in it?
It really is the journey.
Fuck. It was cliched that many years ago already.
Well, that's why we hate it, because it's been that many years.
Oh my God, dude, I can't take it. It's still, everybody, you can't avoid it.
No, it's
everywhere you go.
Well, there's no other word for it. Like, what are you going to call it? Like a...
It's your own shit. There you go.
Yeah, but that'll just be the next cliche.
Then I'll move back to journey and path.
That's fair.
That's what I'm going to do.
All right.
I go against the grain.
Yeah, fair.
Not on purpose. I'm just really annoying.
I just don't want to be like everybody else. All right. Getting a belt doesn't mean you stop learning. Getting a stripe doesn't magically imbue you with the mystical powers to submit all those with less stripes, which is bullshit if you ask me. All of these take years of effort and countless hours on the mat. Jiu-Jitsu is a uniquely individualized affair. An amazing array of body types can engage in training, and while the broad brushstrokes may seem similar, the fine details of the Jiu-Jitsu painting differentiate between a world-class practitioner at a given level and a recreational practitioner at that level. There is plenty of room for both. Enjoy the journey. Stay healthy, train regularly, and be better than you were yesterday. If you can focus on that, what is tied around your waist won't matter anymore, and you won't care what is around anyone else's waist either. Build skills, not belts.
I agree. Real quick, that's another one that's getting annoying.
What?
I'm better than I was yesterday. Were you, though? Because
I feel like I'm worse.
Yeah. Were you? Because I'm pretty sure you were the same.
All right.
You're better if you keep showing up. Not if you keep doing the wrong shit. See, I can blow holes in any of these cliches.
I mean, you need to go, the proper instruction, the proper training time. I mean, yeah, you can build bad habits, I suppose. You learn wrong. You're like, this is it, right? No,
that's fucking
Stop
terrible.
Doing it that way.
That's all my techniques.
So, I guess long story short, the point of the matter is, you shouldn't care. We understand that you do.
Yes.
But try to remove yourself from giving a shit about the belts and the stripes, and just enjoy the process. Just enjoy learning. And most people get butthurt over not getting promoted fast enough. There's a select few that don't want to be promoted, but most people want the next promotion. They want at least the next stripe because it feels good. And I understand that it feels good. And every time I got one, even if I didn't care, it felt good and I was honored. I will give you that. That means you
care, you dumbass.
But I'm not looking for it. And
no, but it does mean you care.
Where it goes wrong is when people get mad when other people get promoted and not them.
Yeah,
I think that's when it's unhealthy.
When it goes. Yeah, that you should never care about other people. I'll give you that one.
Yep.
So when it comes to the not caring, don't care about the people around you. Like, just don't, because that's not going to help you. Because it has nothing to do with you. It really doesn't. You happen to start at the same time. Maybe your buddies, whatever it is. Don't worry about that. Because maybe it's one person talks louder than you in class and the coach happens to remember them because they're super annoying. You don't know. You know what I mean? Or they notice them more because they're louder and stupider than you. You don't know. Or maybe they see that person as someone that needs that to keep showing up.
And here's another factor that you don't know. Let's take Amanda, for example.
I'm there. Have to?
Yeah.
She's at my house all the time.
Well, I'm there 3 times a week. And she's there 4 or 5?
807?
Yeah. So I don't see the times that she goes when I'm just not there. So I assume, she's there when I'm here. We're probably on the same level. But she's going 2 or 3 more days a week. And over a period of 3 months, that adds up. Over a period of a year, that really adds up. Yeah. Well, you don't see that. You're like, well, she started when I did, and she's outranking me already. This is bullshit. It's not though.
No. And how about this for an example is our relationship? You would not know how much I've worked on jiu-jitsu. You just wouldn't if you saw how much I was at class. Because before we started the podcast, especially, but even after the podcast, Paul and I worked on shit every time we hung out. Mm-hmm. Every single time we hung out, we were working on mainly my stuff because Paul was a blue belt. What am I going to teach him? Because at the time, I didn't know shit. So I get taught, I get shown basics and all these things that all the other white belts that started around the same time or even after me weren't getting because, the individual effort. So guess what? You would see me and you would see, well, Kip's really good at roll, whatever. Obviously, that's never been uttered. But... wow, he's better than I thought he would be. He seems to be better than me. Maybe he should have more stripes than me. Fuck that. It's fine. Don't worry about what I'm doing. You don't know that I sat with Paul for hours working on shit. So don't worry about it. It doesn't affect you.
Right.
But what I will take back is that the stripes still matter to that person individually. And it's on the coaches to take more ownership of that shit. Take more ownership of rolling with everybody in your class, even if I know, like I said earlier, it's fucking hard as hell. And when you're rolling with them, please don't beat the living shit out of them. Learn what they know, and like Chad does. And Chad doesn't crush his fucking white belts, you know what I mean? But it's some coaches do. And they're not learning. They're not taking the time to know their people. Take the time to know your freaking students. I don't care how many you have. If you can't keep up, you need your coaches to help out. Like, ask the people around them that help you coach and get through a day having all these people in your fucking gym. Ask them what their level is and trust them. Don't go, I don't really see it that way. Fuck that. You don't have a choice because they've seen it more enough to give you an opinion. You need to start listening to that. So I know that happens at a lot of gyms because we get fucking emails all the time.
Yep.
So just coaches, own that shit a little bit more. Own knowing your students. And I know you all say, I know my students. Do you really know all your students? Could you tell me right now their ability with a proper armbar right now, all your white belts? Probably not. Just saying.
I don't know my own ability.
It's because we're fucking terrible.
When's the last time you landed an armbar?
What's an armbar? Is that one of the go-go Plutos?
Is that when I bring my foot across their leg? No, that's not it.
No, is that when I grab their toe?
But yeah, I think accountability between coaches and students, as far as this goes.
Yeah, I think students need to shut the fuck up and just try to make the best of it. I think coaches and the jiu-jitsu community as a whole need to be more inviting to other people by knowing them, by bringing them in and having them understand what the stripes mean. Understand that if you don't get a stripe doesn't mean that you're a piece of shit. They don't get this explained. I didn't know this.
Typically that's a good point. Like, you don't know what the coaches are looking for at every stripe level, typically.
Yeah.
So if you don't know what they're looking for, you don't know what to prove on.
Yeah. So you could be proving yourself something that the coach doesn't even have his radar up for.
And I think a lot of people get confused. Like, they think it's just about toughness. So when I first started, I thought, well, if I beat a blue belt, then I'm a blue belt. Well, that's not what they're looking for, because you can, that's just not it. So another interesting thing is we'll learn basic stuff for the white belt class, right? The basic class, like sweeps and passes will go. Mm-hmm. And then we're like, okay, let's work on guard passing drill. So the person on the bottom sweeps, the person on top passes, go. That's all we're doing. Then we're going to reset. And then you'll see people using shit that I know nobody taught you this shit. Like, what the fuck are you trying to do? Like, you've been here long enough. Like, what are you're not doing jiu-jitsu. Like, what are you trying to get away with?
Yeah.
But in their head, they're like, I just have to pass your guard.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use some shit that you're not expecting by doing moves that aren't jiu-jitsu. Or I'm going to use my
muscle.
Yeah. And you can't do stuff like that. Like, just because you get past somebody's guard doesn't mean you use jiu-jitsu.
No.
You use the jiu-jitsu.
You know how many people Paul and I have let go past because they're muscling and grabbing onto something that's probably injured? Or you want it more than me, so I'm like, go the fuck on. I don't there. Ooh, look, you beat my guard.
Right.
Because I just got sick of you muscling or trying some goofy shit that probably will end up hurting me.
Right. So the point is practice the stuff that you know. That's going to probably get you ranked a lot faster than beating somebody. So don't focus on winning and beating it. Focus on getting better at the moves you're taught. And practice the moves you're taught, even if they're not appearing to work. Yeah, and that's the thing; they're not going to work right away because you don't have the timing done. You don't.
And I'll tell you right now, you know how many times I failed on my scissor sweep, which is my favorite shit because it's basic and people just think they can beat me. About 1 million. Yeah. You know how many times I got freaking straight my back taken because I tried a scissor sweep and like, yeah, that was shit.
Here's an example, right? So how many times have I done the sit-up sweep? The hip bump sweep.
Oh, a fucking shit ton.
That all the time, right?
Fuck yeah.
Like every time you see me roll, I do that.
Yes.
Morgan got a lesson from Croyler where he taught her how to do it better. So she taught me that, and it's
back.
Mine sucks.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm doing it wrong. Yeah. So I do it this way, and I've been landing this with great success for years. And now I'm like,
it was the first thing you have to defend with Paul.
Yeah.
If you roll with Paul, you should know it's going to come.
Yeah. Wait for it. Yeah. There it is.
But you disguised it really well. That was the other thing. You disguised it really well. Even if you were doing it improper, you disguised it really well.
But now I've learned how to do it even better.
Yeah.
More effectual. Effectual?
That's not
it.
What the fuck was that?
It's getting late.
Effectual.
It's getting late.
What the fuck is effectual?
Tired.
Google it, someone, and let us know what effectual means.
Yeah, it's 9:00. Bed's calling.
Good Lord. Old man.
I'm rambling now like an old man.
You are.
Yeah, jeez, it's just getting worse and
You
worse.
kind of went off the rails.
The rails.
All right,
the wheels fell off the bus.
Let's bring it in. Let's bring it in here.
Yeah, let's bring it all in. All right. To wrap it up, Kip, go.
Wrap it up. Get your skills good and stop whining like a little bitch.
We could have just started and finished the podcast with that.
Fucking done.
Yeah, just get better, stop bitching.
Yeah, but we this is a subject that we'll touch on a few times. It'll never be the same twice. I guarantee that. What topics are with us?
Yeah, it's like we want to be understanding because we get it, but there's also tough love. Like, dude, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's hard. It's a big dichotomy thing.
Yeah. How about this? Kip's been blue belt for how long?
I don't know.
A year.
6 months.
A year, and I have no stripes. And this is I don't care. I love my belt. Looks great. It's nice and clean. Nothing.
I think you've got a few years to go before you catch up to Robert Bowers, though. He's been a blue belt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Robert doesn't give a fuck.
Gives 0 of them.
So, and that's just the thing. I can tell you from experience, it doesn't matter. I'm perfectly happy in the level that I'm at. And when I think I'm ready for purple, I guarantee I can go to Chad. I can go to Croyler and be like, I'm ready 17 years from now to be a purple belt. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I do think that once people have any color at all around their waist, it becomes easier.
It is easier.
And I will admit that. Like, once I got my blue belt, it was kind of like a switch. Like, I felt like I arrived. Like I joined a club.
Yeah, but that's how a blue belt should feel. Mm-hmm. It shouldn't be a destination, which it seems to be for most people that start this sport. It should be that the start of the real journey of it.
It sounds,
lack of a better term.
Yeah, it sounds stupid, but it was kind of like you get your blue belt. It was kind of like I'm part of the family now.
Yeah, it's so I belong here.
Yeah,
even though you did the whole time because we're really infighting.
Yeah, and what Paul Elliot was saying earlier in his article was you get a certain level of respect when you have color around your waist.
And I think that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think people do like that feeling. No matter how little of an ego you have,
it makes you feel good.
Yeah,
that's why there's ego everywhere. You can say drop your ego, but I don't give a shit who you are. You have an ego of some type.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're amazing. You're
right.
a way better person than me.
Buddha. So we get it. We just really want you to stick it out and put your mind on the stuff that actually matters, which is building skills.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and you'll get there eventually.
You will. Just keep listening to us. We'll get you there.
Yeah, for sure.
Slowly.
You know, the people that started listening to us 2 years ago, probably blue belts by now.
Oh, motherfuckers! They passed us.
they're already
fucking passed us. Oh, Jesus. There's a bunch of them, but that's all right. Well, going on to that, I think we got that all cinched up.
Yeah, I think we're good, yeah.
Thanks a lot for listening.
Paul.
Yeah, and thanks again, Paul at Simple BJJ. Definitely check out his website. He's evidently has stuff that's really fucking old on there.
Yeah, I went way back.
Yeah, I like it. But yeah, thanks a lot for the listens. Thanks for the reviews. More would be greatly appreciated. We'd love hearing them on iTunes. We've gotten a few on the Facebook page. We just really appreciate all that you guys do. We're here for you guys.
Yeah, like I said, we love reading the emails.
Keep those coming. Love it.
Yep. We try to get to them eventually.
Yep, we're actually we were contacted by an app developer today about getting together this live chat system and helping them pilot that with a few other podcasts. So we might try that so you guys can join in with us.
Yeah, you sent me that and you're like, hey, check this out. I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah, Paul's a little lost. So the way it'll work is that we'll be able to have this live chat open for everybody to ask questions after the show's been done, or as you're listening to the show, you can ask us something. You can ask other listeners. It'll be a closed group, so it'll only be people that are fans of the show, obviously, so you won't get any assholes on there. And if you do, we'll kick them the fuck off. But we'll do things like we'll have an AMA for us. Like, you guys can ask us anything. We'll tell you on a Tuesday when we record what time we're doing it, Pacific and Eastern time, not Central. Fuck them. And,
you don't get to participate.
Yeah, they get screwed over a lot when it comes to like timing.
Yeah, well,
so, but anyway,
not our problem.
No. Sorry, Chicago. And but we'll do stuff like that, and I think that'll help everybody communicate with us a little bit more. I think the easier we make it for you guys to get a hold of us, I think a lot of you will reach out, because I know enough of you have questions just via email, and I will tell you from experience, I don't email anyone. So,
no.
I've emailed more for the show.
Hey, speaking of emails, I got a short one. Let me read the short one. We just got it. It's super short.
Okay.
All right. It's from Stefan. I have a common comment by the Tai Chi push hands master who believes his no-touch martial art is real and Jiu Jitsu is not. He often makes the comment that Jiu Jitsu would never work in a street fight because it can't account to multiple attackers. I would love to hear Croyler respond to this. I mean, you guys are welcome to respond as well, of course, I guess. Croyler will not respond to this. He will not dignify it with a response.
He will not. Pretty sure I won't either.
But I will. The Tai Chi master is correct. 100%. Nope. Jiu-Jitsu is only for single attackers if you butt scoot on the ground in a street fight. It's the only way it's effective. And if there's two guys, you're screwed. So you need Tai Chi to supplement
what the fuck
your Jiu-Jitsu.
But Tai Chi doesn't defend you against anyone.
It defends you against arthritis, bro. And if you have arthritis, you can't fight.
I did see that commercial where the guy's doing Tai Chi push hands in the sun at the elders,
there you go. See?
Group.
He was moving just fine, wasn't he? As an elder.
Yeah, but if he had to defend himself against a strong wind, I'm pretty sure he would lose.
No, bro. You just get in the Tai Chi stance, you look menacing.
You do not.
You look menacing.
You're waving your hands like one of those things where they have a sail and the air's going up it.
So maybe what you want to do is you take the Tai Chi, so you got the moves, the menacing moves, and you put knives in your hands, and that might help.
And hope to God someone runs into them.
Yeah, that's...
I like it.
Yep.
I'm going to start moving my arms.
Yeah.
And if I hit you, it's not my fault.
That's my 2 cents. Yeah. Works for everybody.
All right, everybody. Review, please. Join us on Facebook.
Website stuff.
Yeah.
How's that going?
It's going great. Nathan's been doing a great job. I thought our shop was going to be switched over, but evidently Nathan didn't feel like doing that right now.
Have you been getting back to him with like videos and stuff?
No, I suck at that. But he has. Oh, that's the other thing. So when we're going to the website, he's been uploading our old episodes onto YouTube.
Look at that.
So there's a new way to listen. We've actually got some new listeners on there now, which is kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah, because we're getting a comment or two on them that I don't realize what the episode was about. So they're like, sweet. I'm like, what?
It doesn't have the title of the episode?
Well, no, I have to go back and look. Like, I just see the comment. I'm like, what the fuck's episode is that? Go back. There's been 100 of these sons of bitches. Yeah. Oh, that one. Yeah, that was a good episode.
Nice.
Episode.
No, that's funny.
So, but yeah, and so we actually have our videographer that's coming back into town. And I think Paul and I will be talking to her and figure out how we can start doing these on video.
We have to do another video on... we did one on how to start a roll. Yeah. We need one on guard passing.
Yeah, proper guard passing. I think proper guard passing is going to have to happen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be super legit.
Dude, you guys, if you can't... You better just get your freaking calendar. We're going to put a date on it someday. And it's going to happen. You guys are going to want to know all these great tips.
Yeah, John Donaher has nothing on our guard passing
The GDs fucking run shit when it comes to proper guard passing.
Yeah, hold my beer. Watch this. Guard passing 101.
I think we need to do that. All right, everybody.
See ya.
Night.